for that was, got to confess, adding the new name. So congratulations to Fung Boy. I haven't done the draw yet, but thanks to Fung Boy for joining the channel membership. So I've just got his name on there because, to be honest, yeah, I didn't realise he put it on there. So anyway, hello everybody. It's nice to see that you're all chatting in the chat already. There's loads to discuss, isn't there, since I've seen you guys last. We've had haslab, we've had loads of things, and again I can see that you're already chatting away, which is great, because I'm still trying to catch up with everything that's going on here. So there's Shuri, nice to have him in it as well. Of course, you're on the in the, what's it called, in the draw, which I'll be doing in a bit. Yeah, I don't like being late, so I do apologize for that. Granted, you know, I wasn't loads and loads late, but it's still way. Pete's in as well, that's good to see. Fung Boy's literally just joined, it says there, you see, so there he is. Perfect. Darren's there. Let's go. Shuri, hello there. I know there's a few joining in. Pete's joining in. Sorry, Phil's joined in as well. Phil, we still haven't arranged. Pete's in bed. We still haven't had a night out, or not even a night out, that's the wrong word. We still haven't met up yet. But that's the other thing that I'm going to discuss with you guys now. There's so much going on in the moment, so many events, so many. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be at the Minicon in Manchester. I missed out on the tickets in that, but I'm going to be doing everything else, as I say. I'm going to be doing. Who's this? Megan will be here, but she is fast asleep. Oh, bless her. Let her sleep, mate. Let her sleep. Alan Alman finally made it for once. That's great, buddy. I've got you inside the. You are indeed. Darren, nice to have you in the stream as well. I think this is your first live. So yeah, you'll have to laugh. Don't worry. I'm very primitive with these as well, guys. I know, it's crazy busy. So the other thing as well is I think I've put it up on my, I can't think I've put it on my Instagram, but I'm sure I've put it on my YouTube for the UK viewers. Well, for anybody who wants to come, to be honest, but obviously I don't expect people from all around the world to come to the little TF UK con. But obviously there's my code Russ5 if you want to use that to get you £5 off entry to the UK convention in May. It is. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That's going to be fun. This again isn't. This is, what's I going to say, that's just before people ask. It's just summer fruit. All of a sudden, typically everybody, I've gone live and I'm getting about 15 Instagram messages coming up. So I want to know people's, that's what I was just about to ask, Darren. You beat me to it. Thoughts on haslab and Mega Prime. I want you guys' thoughts, to be fair. Simon's jumped in as well. Brilliant. This is great. We've got like, there's pretty much everybody's in here. I'm going to be, I hate saying this, but I know it's cheeky. Smash that like button for me, please. Guys, we've only got 6 likes and there's more than double of that in the thing. The Toy Fair in April, I'm looking to definitely be there, Shuri. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a stall. To be honest, I don't think I need to do a stall. I think I've managed to shift enough things on eBay and via some swaps. And of course, I'm going to be putting a few things in the channel membership thing as well. Oh, here we go. Tad disappointed about haslab. I think it shows Hasbro's position. What's your favourite non-toy item in your collection? That's a good question, actually. That's a great question, actually, Shane J. My favourite thing in my collection is the book Legacy. It's called Legacy, and it's nothing to do with the Legacy toy line. It is all to do with the box artwork. I've featured it a couple of times on this channel. I've done 2 videos on it, to be fair, because it's that good. It's just cover to cover. And funnily enough, I'm pretty sure that's the main reason that we all knew about the unreleased G2 colour schemes. Hi Darren. So that's one of my favourite things. But I've got, you know, I think you're actually talking about merch, aren't you? These haslabs could easily go on as individual commander class. I think you're right, Pete. Pete, did you get a Deathsaurus? Because he's way bigger. He's way bigger than, well, I suppose is he as big as a commander class? I didn't think of putting him next to Jetfire, so I might do that later on just to see how big he is. But yeah, I suppose they could have done. I think the way that they go with it all is how much stuff they put with it. I'm just disappointed with the tiers for now. I wanted there to be more tiers. I wanted there to be, I'm pretty sure with Unicron there was 4. I'm pretty sure with Star Saber and Deathsaurus there was 4, weren't there? You're not in on it. I'm surprised you're not in on it, Phil, because I'm pretty sure if I remember it, you like RID. Again, the reason why I like it is Hyperlinks jumped in. The reason why I like it is because I don't know much about it, and I know that sounds really weird, but it's nice to learn new things. I was just trying to Megatron our friends now. That would be interesting. I think you're probably right. I think Primus could have been a little bit, especially with the current economic climate. I think Primus might have been way too much, because it would. I mean, Unicron was 600, so you'd think that with inflation and stuff over the last 2 years, 4 years was it? It must be 4 years. You would probably think that Primus would have to be something ridiculous like 750. Robotimus is in as well. Great to have you on here as well. This is great, guys. If any of you are wondering why there's all stars next to the people who are in the chat, that's because you're all members. This is amazing. Everybody in the chat is members. I just wonder where Brandon is. Brandon hasn't jumped in. Magnum must be busy. Simon's always busy, bless him. But it's great to see, obviously. I did Fungboy. I've seen that you've just signed up. So remind me after this, Fungboy, if you send me a message on Instagram. Yes, I agree with what you're saying there, Pete. I'll come to that in a minute. I was going to say, Fungboy, now you've signed up for a channel membership, message me on Instagram, that you do anyway, but message me on there and I'll give you a link to the Discord server. So that's one of Pete's, not Pete, sorry, Phil, who's in the chat, Robot Recruits. He's the genius behind all that. I can take zero credit from it. He's the genius. And to be fair, buddy, everybody you're chatting to now with the stars, we're all in there, we all chat. It's building slowly, which is good. I'm looking forward to the new RID haslab. Big fan of the thing. I like the fire truck mode. I like it as well. I am looking forward to it. I've got to confess, I've not backed it yet though, purely because of when it goes out. So I've got to move a few things around. I'm lucky that my birthday's on the 9th of March, so that should sort it. My only dilemma is I really want to, and I know that's bad, but that's because I want a combined mode and I want them individual, because I don't know anything about them. I want to be able to review them properly, like I did with Victory Leo at first, sorry, Victory Saber, but then I sold the second set due to space as where to display them. But with regards to them, I think, I don't know, I've seen a few memes though, the fact that people are gutted that it's 50% shins or something. Haslab and Mega Prime pretty much confirms they are thinking about recolouring Fort Max into Brave Max. I think completely agree with you on that. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they went and did, yeah, Brave, not Grand. I'm happy for the RID fans, but it's not one that interests me at the price, and sounds like it's an 18-month. 18-month? Is it? I didn't realise it was that long. Where did you hear that, Simon? I've not seen that at all, so that must mean Christmas next year. I suppose maybe that's just their backup in case what happened this year with Desaurus happens. It could be, I don't know. Because obviously he was late for us in the UK, wasn't he? He is a spectacular figure, though. When will we get an update on? I don't know, mate. I think that's what we're talking about. I can't see him doing a Unicron again. I just can't see him doing one at all, because they did the haslab. They've said they're never going to do it again. They said they did the haslab. They're not going to do it again. And then because everything scales now, unless they did, I don't see why they would, or even if they would do like a deluxe class or a leader class Unicron, I can't see them ever doing one again, unfortunately. Which I know will probably upset a few people, but obviously I don't know. Heard it on the radio, Free Cybertron podcast, fall 25. Wow, so that is a long time. That is a long time. I'm not surprised though, because it works for them, because obviously they did. Let's be honest, they messed up a little bit with the fact that we were all supposed to have them for Christmas. They were saying we're going to get them for Christmas, and we didn't in the UK. We had to wait. But worth the wait in the end, I've got to confess. It's a great figure. You're on about the Studio Cell, the Seed, aren't you? I think. Sure, is that the one you're on about, Studio Cell Seed or whatever it's called? I've got the Primus of him coming soon. He's in ship. He's on the way. He's being shipped. I'm pretty sure, and I need to check, but that's coming from Shozy via somebody else, because somebody else is going to lend me theirs, thankfully, because I got nowhere to put it here at all. Devoid is Logic is on as well. Hello, Toys R Us. Nice. I'm reading me out. The real big news is Retro Bombshell getting released with Ram Hump. That's really interesting, that is. I wonder why they've done that. I wonder if they've done that because people have just said we don't want any more Energon cubes, and there's nothing else to really do. I'm not a fan of paying that. I completely agree with. I was very much like that. I am in a way like that with newer figures, which I know I don't want to sound hypocritical because you can see what's all around me. I've obviously paid a little bit more for some vintage figures, but again, the clues in the title there is vintage rather than newer figures. It's annoying that newer figures are becoming easily the same price as vintage ones, which is a bit of a pain in the bum, because It's hard to pick which one you want. I don't know. How do you think they've done Fung Boy? I think because of the price, I think they shouldn't be 30 quid. I've still got to do a video on Armada Unicron. I've got two. One of them's up in storage because I can't fit the Planet Mode display one anymore. I really don't know what I'm going to do with all this. I need to move it all around again. I've not got the Nemesis yet, obviously. And I haven't even got Tidal Wave on it, even on pre-order, so I don't know what I'm going to do if it comes to getting them, because I don't know where I'm going to put them. I've already moved a few things around. Discount less than £20, I suppose. Wow, that's really cheap. That's really cheap. Maybe it hasn't sold well then. I think because they were greedy, wasn't it? 30 quid. I mean, it's a good figure and all, but I mean, it shouldn't be £30. Let's be honest. It just shouldn't be £30. I know loads of people were kicking off that there's no stickers and all this sort of stuff, but I think they missed the point as to what it was for and what it was aimed at and who it was marketed at. It's supposed to be like it looks off. Yeah, 30 quid. I'm sure it was. I think that's. Armada Unicorn holds a wonderful memory in my mind, and I wouldn't mind picking up Tidal Wave, but once again, the price doesn't interest me. Price is nuts. I mean, it'll get released as 2-packs. Frenzy, Rumble, Inject, Rewind. We keep bringing this up. They should do, to be fair. That's a great. I don't know. I think, like you've just said, then, Pete. I agree completely. I think more if they did release them. Again, I suppose you can't win, can you? Because at the moment, as soon as there's me saying they should definitely release the packs, then you've got the other people who are going to be moaning. Yes, I believe we are going to be seeing more mini-cons. All of this is just my opinion, by the way, Transformers, Power Rangers. I obviously do not work for Hasbro. I'm not affiliated with them. I just think we will, I think, because of how popular that they've been. What was I saying? Yeah, about the multi-packs. And then, of course, there's the Hound one that obviously people are going mad about. But if you think about it, at least they're changing the deco on them all. And I know that obviously Sunstreaker on the secondary market sells for insane amounts of money. So I think a lot of people are going to be quite happy with it by the time we get to see them all, because Wheeljack looks different, Trailbreaker's different, and of course Hound's completely new. So I think people are going to be pleased by the time it actually comes around to it, because they are different looking figures. And I think if they put them under the Studio Series 86 line, which I'm sure they will, I'm sure they'll sell really well as well. I know that again that a lot of people. Missing Link Prime, is it this month already? On Mark Loner's Insta Reel asked for Trailbreaker. See, there you go. That's what it was. I said that as well. Thanks very much, Transformers, Power Rangers. I love the fact that everybody is on here chatting away. It's great. I completely agree, Pete. I think it'd be better. I was lucky enough because I managed to get my Sunstreaker from Adam, who's not in the chat, funnily enough. He managed to pick me up one, because they were so sporadic everywhere, and I don't know why they were here, there, and everywhere. Same as everything, to be honest. There's still things like, I think Legacy's obviously hitting, Legacy United's hitting the UK now. I've been to Smith's twice in the last 3 days, and they had Leader class 3 days ago, and now they had the Voyager class as well. So it's interesting to see how many. We are still not seeing any deluxes, and it's weird because I had like him. Oops, I literally had him from Hasbro Pulse at Christmas, I think it was. It was crazy. Which I thought he'd be probably one of the last ones. A to Z, Y too short. What's this? It's going too fast. Right, let me catch up with that. I'm going to answer Phil's question in a second. A to Z, YouTube Shorts, Master Force. Yeah, I've been doing a few of them, and not been able to get Netflix, so maybe one has stopped me buying new Hasbro stuff. They're both coming out on Thingy, aren't they, Pete? I think they're coming in that Space Bridge thing in Japan, but again, it's still not major retail. My Smith's a Tigerhawk and Animated Prime. My thoughts on it, Phil. I think I'm going to be backing it. I like the look of it because I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about RID. That's that huge, huge void in my mind. Not in my mind, in my collecting. Yeah, in my collecting thing. I really like the fact that the guy who did Optimus Prime, he's done a voiceover on his Twitter, but I found it on TFW 2005. I really like the fact that he's done that, and he says as well, this is an unpaid thing, and he just wants to get involved and he wants to back it. So I like that. I like the fact that they combine. I'm a sucker for a combiner. I think everybody knows that. and they do look good, but you cannot get a Mega Prime in the original colours with the Matrix blade. Right, okay, so there you go. Fungboy, your knowledge is insane. Honestly, it's so good. I mean, people think that I know a lot, but there's people in this channel, in this chat right now. I can't get comfy, sorry guys. Pete, for instance, Pete's knowledge is insane. Fungboy, your knowledge is insane. You put me to shame, guys. It's a pleasure knowing you and having you guys there ready to answer and back me up on things that I don't even know about. So yeah, that's why I'm going to get it, Phil. I'm going to get it because I've got a sneaky suspicion that they will add more things to it. I mean, granted, the last things they added were only, you know, they were only 2 little Micromasters, but they were cool. They're cool, and it's nice that they completed a set. So, did the RID figures have mini cons or not? I don't know, because I wouldn't be surprised if they did something very similar to these. Had a couple of these just appear at the end. I don't know. I don't know much about it, as I say, but I think they would. I mean, I don't get either. This is what I don't get. Such a good figure. I don't think that these add much to it. No mini cons. What I don't get is why people don't like Micromasters, but they love mini cons. And what's the difference? Baby, so there you are, Brandon. We were just chatting about you, wondering where you were. And then in you pop. But a figure named Tari, daughter of Teletran 1. Okay. See what I mean? Knowledge is insane. No mini cons, but the series did have the spy changes, which were also small figures. See, so there you go. It's obviously, even since Generation 1, they've always had little figures, whether they were the heads, whether they were the guns, or of course, indeed, actual fully fledged Micromasters. And then, of course, they changed to mini cons and stuff like that. I've just realised this whole shoulder on here is completely articulate. I didn't realise that. I do think it'll be a great figures, especially if you don't have. I don't have the originals at all, so. The thing is, the good thing is that someone now Simon's just said that it's 18 months away. At least it gives me an opportunity to go get them. Funny enough, guys who are in the chat, anybody UK guys who live anywhere near New Milton where the space bridge is, me and Magnum, who's not in the chat yet for some reason, I don't know why, we're going to go down on the opening day, Saturday the 17th. We're going to go down, spend most of the day there. So whoever's going to go down there, it'd be great to meet up with you guys there as well. That's another thing that I'm doing. That's 2 weeks today. So 2 weeks, yeah, it's the 3rd today. So on the 17th, heading down to New Milton. Paul's in Orlando at the moment, picking up figures. He's got the life, I tell you. So yeah, going to see his new shop, which is bigger, which it's a great day anyway, to be honest. It's going to, I don't know if Brandon, you want to come as well? Skybite from the RID line. Is that the same as the Skybite from Thrilling 30? Is it the same one? I'm looking in here because that's the only Skybite I've got. I'm sure that was called Skybite. I'm sure it was. I've just knocked over a load of figures, but I'm taking this down tomorrow, so it doesn't make too much difference. Yeah, it's the same character. That's what I loved about the Thrilling 30, and that's what I love about these. Now, Princeton's in as well. Brilliant. I'm in the US, Texas. Darren. That's it. Everybody's jumped in now, so there's quite a few of you there. That's good. Can't think what I was going to say. No, that's why I like the Thrilling 30, because of the Thrilling 30 for me at some point before Summase. Have a word with, when will we see toys for? When will we see a toy for every Prime? I think we have, haven't we? There must be. Transformers Power Rangers, if you go to the website tformers.com, he catalogues every single Optimus Prime. He does a daily Prime thing. Haslab will be fantastic. I think that's right. Yes, we're just literally all talking about that right now, Princeton. I'm going to go in on it because exactly like what Phil's just said there, my knowledge of them isn't the greatest. I don't really know anything about them. They look good, and exactly like I was just saying about Skybite here right now, that I liked getting that figure, but because I didn't know anything about it, I was looking at it thinking, what's this, you know, when it first brought the Thrilling 30s, because it still is now. I still don't get a chance to sit down and watch. I knew you'd like it, Princeton. I still don't get time to sit down and watch, you know, the cartoons that I want to watch. I'll watch things which the kids want to watch. Maybe you, as they're a bit older, will get to watch some, but you then run the risk of them watching that and then they wanting all the toys, which isn't a problem because it means that I can buy a couple of each. have a junker for them to play with, and then me have some good ones for me to have a play around with. I don't know though. But yeah, RID is new to me. I'm going to jump in on it, and just, I don't know if you know, Princeton, Simon's just told us that it's not going to be ready until Christmas next year. So fall of next year, so 18 solid months, maybe more, which I like the idea of that as well, to be fair, because then, as I say, it gives me time to find out things about it all. I don't know. You guys in the chat all know way more about RID than me. I think I'm probably the only one in here now who doesn't know anything about RID, which is borderline embarrassing, because I don't know anything about it. Oh, I've just pulled his arm off now, trying to get him to move. So what other figures do you think we should look out for? Is it very light? There's too many. There is too. I don't know. RID is the final chapter of the original G1 universe, continues well worth a go. I watched it as a kid, and did you? You hated it? Oh wow. I know that people are upset because it's not G1, but I think that obviously the problem that you've got is in fact, it's not a problem. It's they've got 40 years and they've kicked off with something that was different, but now checking out your UK comics. Oh yeah, he's reading them all. But there's so many, there's too much stuff to read, to watch. I mean, thankfully there's a YouTube channel so I can watch a few. I only got about 3 or 4 episodes of Beast Wars in before I just ran out of time. Too many videos, that's what it is. I maybe need to ease off on the videos and watch a few more of the actual things with you guys, and then I'd know what I'm on about. But hopefully I'll get to watch some more soon. My first figure, and I hated it. I wonder why you hated it. I love Skybite, Warpath, Powerglide, Beachcomber, Cosmos Bumblebee. So you really like the mini bots then? Apart from Skybite, the mini bots are all the ones that you've just listed there. I think the mini bots have got a place in everybody's heart because they were just fun to be, weren't they? I don't get the Beast Wars cartoon hype. I tried watching it, but I say tried, that's being a bit harsh. I've watched a few of them, but you know, they didn't grip me. They didn't make me think, oh, I need to watch more and more of them. I watched them because I purely needed to know what everybody was going on about. 59, just because it's not everyone's cup of energy, collectors will complain. Ah, okay. People will always complain. The problem you've got now is the community, everything about it's too big, you know. As I say, we're a load of people in the chat. Sorry, Brandon, I know you're the youngest one in there. We were lucky enough to have the original Generation 1, so you know, that's to us is our Generation 1, but to anybody who's 10 years, 15 years younger than us, their Generation 1 is of course RID, so for them it's great. And I think I think, let's be honest, they're just tapping into every single market. I think what they can do, then they might as well. The Legacy Shard looks brilliant, definitely picking. That looks amazing. Yeah, the G1 Till I Die. Like the Rock Lords, of course, they're not actual rocks, but I think if they made things that turned into an actual rock, that's a huge cop-out nowadays, isn't it? Because I imagine it's very, very easy. I still have my G1 Prime. That's great that you've got your G1 Prime. I got mine back, so I can't moan at all. I was really lucky that I actually got mine. I'm sure this is it. I'm sure this is mine. I got it back from my friend. This was my original as a child, so that's incredible to say that, especially after I lost it. Well, I didn't lost it. I sold it for so long. And then I suppose because of the power of this, because of the power of you guys, for those of you who don't know or have not seen the video, yeah, I got it back because of that, because he saw the videos. He remembered buying them from me from school, and then he contacted me back, bless him, and give it me. How nice is that? That's incredibly nice, isn't it? So I owe him big time. But there you go. I don't know. RID is going to be interesting. I think, well, there's loads to learn about. As I say, Super 7 have just released a figure of him, and I've not done a video on him yet. I've just took him out of the box. He's been sat in a box for ages, but I don't know anything about him, but I like it. Let's see, GoBots. I think everybody had a few. Whether they admitted or not, everybody, I think I had a couple. I didn't really like them. I then became very much, I had one Rocklord from when I was a kid that turns into a pterodactyl type thing. A Rocklord that turns into a pterodactyl? I think they just turned into rocks. Oh, from the rock to the pterodactyl. I don't know what that is. Pete will know what that is because I say Pete knows everything. I want to know that again because you're asking me about a haslab. I want your thoughts on Legacy United because a lot of you in the chat are from different places around the world. Have you managed to pick many up yet? Because obviously we're quite late. Probably. Well, it was a rock and okay. You probably. I mean, I can't remember that at all. Hyperlink. I'm sure that's quite. Do you think you are very accepting of all Transformers figures? You always seem very. I am very accepting of them. I think because I think deep down the way I look at it as well is I appreciate the engineering that goes into it because I look at a lot of them and I'm like, yeah, you've just nailed it there, Princeton. You're oh there you go. See, Terror Rock. I told you know what it is. Exactly that. You just hit the nail on the head there, Princeton. You know, a lot of G1s are quite old, or aren't going to be spending their money anymore. So they just need to keep reeling people in, bringing people back to the ground. Are you picking up the SSBB Megatron? He looks amazing. Yes, it was supposed to be delivered this week, but it got put back again. Unfortunately, Brandon, I've got that pre-order. When they all arrive at once, I'm going to be in so much trouble because I don't know what I'm going to do with them all because I've got all of the Studio Series ones that they previewed at the London Comic Con or whatever it was. So that was the Megatron, the Rumble, which was blue. Sorry, Pete, but he was from the Bumblebee movie. That's what it says in that one. What else did they have? The Scorponok, the Wheeljack, Scrap Heap or Junkyard, whichever one it is. All of them are coming in one load, and then all the others of the Legacy United are all coming as well. It looks like they're shipping them all together, and they're going to ship me all the what's the rest of them? They're going to ship the Nemesis at the Bridge set, which is the Japanese one with the Netflix Soundwave, Megatron and Shockwave on it. And I ordered the Waspinator with the clear, what's it called? They looked it up, that's the one, they made them all in rock colours. A new Peter, the Hyperlink, you know you love it, it's Pete's name. He's Pete, just call him Pete, it's easier. What was I saying then? Yeah, I've got the translucent thingy, the Ghost Starscream pack with Waspinator, whatever it was. I've got that coming as well at the same time. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. And there's no way to be able to do them all. I really underrated. They just didn't have the marketing. That's completely true. If Simon was in the chat, he would be champion GoBots now because he absolutely loved them. He still does it. He posts at least 2 or 3 GoBots every week on his Instagram. He loves GoBots. I think they appear, like if you look back at them now, I think they look and they feel cheap. But then again, if you compare them to the mini bots, then obviously they're just like that. So they just, as you say, they didn't have the I know that Transformers allegedly pinched some of the storylines from the GoBots. Depends on what your peers are like and what is currently available to collect. When growing up, those factors determine your childhood memories. That's true. Some of them were metal. Eventually kids that watch Rescue, but you're completely right. That's exactly what they've aimed at. Obviously, they've aimed at with Chase, with medics, and they will do more and more. Some of the rescue bots are fun. There are a handful that I get, and I enjoy one day. I'll get around. Which GoBots are you missing? They're much better made than mini bots. Loads of diecast. There are. There you go. How many is there, Pete? How many mini bots? I mean, how many GoBots was there actually made? Because I've got no clue on GoBots. I've thought about maybe reviewing them as well, but then the thing is, I wouldn't know where to put them. So I just buy it and chuck it in a box or sell it straight on. So, and I don't know enough about them, to be honest. I don't know enough about GoBots. Whereas at least with the Transformers, if there's something I don't know, I can always go to TF Wiki. I don't know. I'm sure there probably is, but I don't know if there's any like a GoBot wiki or something like that. There probably is. You guys will probably tell me now in the chat, but I wouldn't know where to look. If I decided to review them, I'd pick up a figure and I'd be like, don't even know his name, so it wouldn't be any use to me. That'd be a lot of work, whereas a lot of the videos that I can do on Transformers is purely because I know quite a bit about them. I'm just missing it. I thought there'd be more than that, to be fair. I thought there would be more than that. Like even some of the obscure ones in the background, I still know because I researched them because I wanted them. Like I knew about Battle Gaia and that sort of stuff. Whereas, I could say, you know, oh, this is a redeco of Brawn or whatever. If it was a GoBot figure, I'd be like, this is, I don't know who, but he looks like this guy from Transformers. Then I just talk about Transformers for the hour instead of, but I don't understand why. Again, I don't search. There probably is. There's probably channels 3 times the size of this who do GoBots and only GoBots, but I don't know. I've got no idea because I don't search for it. But I suppose there's a niche there. Maybe Simon should go there. That's just the standard size one. There's a number of sublines. They've got combiners as well, haven't they? Simon keeps posting the one where they combine, which looks really good, to be fair. But funnily enough, we're talking about GoBots now. Obviously, Hasbro are going to be redecoing and repainting some of their figures, aren't they? Well, we're going to get the e-hobby set, aren't we, by the looks of it? All of the e-hobby set with the GoBot names, which is exciting because I think if they do a bright green Warpath, that'll be amazing. And of course, then if they did the blue Cosmos, yes, I can, Shuri. I can remember, like, it was early 2000s, and it was the book that I talk about quite a lot now. I can't remember its name, but Pete very kindly let everybody know last time we were doing this, actually, what the book was called and where you can find it, because they've reprinted it or something. I think it's called Welcome to the Wonderful World of Transformers. And I picked that book up, and then, as I say, I was reading through it, and then you get to the back of it, you're like, what's this? I haven't seen it yet. You didn't know so you got 1987, and then you've got all the Hasbro, and then you've got 5 or 6, well, 2-3 pages, because there's not many in 87. And you're like, who are these? And then, of course, I think when I got to the back, and especially the ones I just did a video on now, Diatlas and Big Powered, I was looking at them and I was just blown away by them. So that's when I wanted to find out more about them. It was from that book, and it was in the early to late 2000s. And then from that moment on, I've got to get these because they just looked incredible. And I think the biggest thing about Japanese figures is they're basic, but they're huge and they're all play sets. And I like the fact that they're so big and that they're so multi-purposeful. Like I say, the Big Powered video that I just did the one combining on, if you think about it, if you think that the front is called Sonic Bomber, so he's got robot mode, base mode, jet mode, combined jet mode, combined base mode. That's just the little jet at the front. Road Fire at the back's pretty much got the same, so 5 modes, but then you get to Diatlas, the big guy in the middle, and he's got robot, base, drill, jet, and then like some others. So he's got, like, if you think about all his combined modes and all the things that he can do, he's got like 6 or 7 modes, which is nuts. And even obviously, of course, the vintage Star Saber had the same. No, sorry. That's the first time I've been asked that on here. On my old Instagram for my PT, I used to get asked it all the time, but thankfully I don't do that no more. The Instagram, that is. I still PT, but I don't do the Instagram at all. Where's everybody gone? It's all gone quiet. You've all gone quiet for a change, and people have fell out. Oh no, they've left because I've said that I'm married. I lost 6 people then as soon as I showed my wedding ring. That's quite funny. Which one's Kapow Toys? Was that the one where they're telling us not to spend their money on the haslab, because not the haslab, the what is it? The Titan. The Titan. They were moaning about tidal wave, weren't they? I think they were. Is that the one you're on about, Fung Boy? Because Kapow, I don't know. They seem to be spitting their dummy about a lot of things at the moment. Yeah, they refused to sell tidal wave at 220. Why did it confuse them? I think a few people like to jump on, and in a way, you know, it's I don't know what they retail at. I know the guy who runs Primetime Toys, and obviously I know Phil, who runs Robot Recruits, and Phil will quite openly and honestly admit that he stopped selling the main generations figures for that reason, that he wasn't making any money on it. So I think it's tough for individual sellers. No, he's not going to be discounted. They don't understand how much we pay. We pay so much more over here. It's silly. It's really annoying, actually, how much more we do pay. Came out today, but can't believe it's on it. Is it already? It must have been overwhelming seeing how much more. Yeah, it's great, and it really. I mean, like you've just said, I think overwhelming is probably a good word, to be honest. And I think the fact that obviously this A to Z, I think there's probably half as many Japanese figures and characters, even though they didn't go. Dennis, I do know him. I do know him. Dennis Moulton, yes, that's his name. Um, I He pops up on T-Formers all the time, but to be fair, I don't really watch his videos. But he seems a really nice chap. We've exchanged a couple of messages and comments via Instagram, but I don't like know him. We don't really pay much more. Our prices include. I keep forgetting, of course, they include tax, and they don't over there. I think we do though, Pete. I think we get stung on everything. What was I saying about the Capone said they were not longer taking titles because the sales have been so poor. Yes, but once yeah, that's it. He's up there, Bobby. Honestly, everybody laughs about it, right? Mine is fine. Mine's fallen off a shelf. Mine's been picked up and moved from shelf to shelf, room to room, loads of times. He's cool. The only figure that I've had real issues with GPS with is Skyhopper, but that's because I knocked it off a shelf. I think some of it's obviously real. I think a lot of it is overhyped. Obviously, I've actually broken more normal plastic figures than my gold plastic one. I broke a long haul just because the plastic was perished. Mainly green, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. My little MicroMaster, wherever he is, on Six Builder. Oops. Yeah, the reason why that one's in the box and that's green is because he snapped in half on me just when I was transforming him, and that's green. So the one that just fell down is a train bot, and he's green and he broke as well. So for me, it's green plastic syndrome, not gold plastic syndrome. And again, I transformed him, both of them, and they're okay. I mean, granted, I didn't, probably not as forceful as I am with most figures, but I think a lot of it's overhyped, to be fair. Basically, I was by trying to rely on when Unicorn came out, a guidebot combo. That's nuts. Cost him 700 in. That would probably be just to ship it, I would imagine. Yeah. I suppose people pay what they want to pay. But no, that's just Black Zarek's box. He's on a shelf over there. And 6-0. I mean, I'm talking now. Let's talk Black Zarek, because everybody says that he's the worst figure ever. 6-0 takes regular photos of his Black Zarek figure, and when he did a house move, he transformed him back into Scorpion to put it in the box, and then transformed him back in Robot for his shelf. He's fine. My friend Matt Zarekus, who does Big Matt, he's got a Black Zarek, and he's the one who said, you'll be fine. He's the one who not talked me into it, but he's like, look, you'll be absolutely fine. And his fine, and he transforms his up, I say, quite regular, to be fair. So I think people have overhyped the Black Zarek thing, to be fair. I'm saying that now, and watch me wake up tomorrow and mine will be in pieces. I've heard horror stories, or read horror stories, that you're supposed to put sponges under the feet because just the weight of the figure will make them crack, and I haven't experienced that. I'm really tempting fate here, so I should shut up. I would basically just fall apart on me the past year. 2 notes, G1, yeah, exactly. That's very good. Oh, you love Action Mask. That's very cheap. I've just realised you said Slicer. That's really good. Does it work, Pete? Does the exosuit work? That's the cheapest thing I've ever seen it. I snapped to hydrate his back while transforming. Yeah, exactly. I think obviously the other one that it definitely was gold and I snapped it was Stratosphere for thinking. The only modern G-bot GoBots I own now is the deluxe machine. I've seen that. That looks good. My Ultra Mega Bus. Ultra Mega Bus. I'm trying to think what other figures have broke on me. I'm looking around now. Vortex is awful. Vortex, it's got to be one of the most broken figures, and that's not gold. Who else? If you think of the figures on the secondary market, the ones that cost loads and loads, Black Zarek costs so much because he's a Japanese exclusive, so he's always going to be expensive. The gold plastic thing makes it even worse. But I do sometimes think that, if let's just say a seller's selling a load of figures and they're telling you, oh, these are, look, these are super rare because they're going to break. So I wonder if it could be a bit of that. I wonder if people's G2 Slingshot does break, apparently. Duke Nukem has found us. There you go. Everybody's near enough here now. What's really interesting is there's just under 30 people in the chat, and as I say, there's 34 members in the draw. 20 minutes for the draw for your figure anyway, so we'll sort that out in a second. I'm looking at my figures now, and as I say, I've got Bristleback, my other one, as I say, the Pretenders, Roadblock, and that, never had any issues with any of them, whereas Powermaster Prime, he breaks quite a lot. The rubber on the tyres makes me chuffed. I'm trying to look at my slicer now and think, what are you talking about, rubber on the tyres? Or I'll have a look in a minute. Duke's managed to get in. G2 Electro. Yeah, that one I've heard as well. But I think, as we've just said, Fungboy, I think if you think of actual older figures in general, they just perish just because of how old they are. I don't think it's specific to the fact. Some of them say it is. I don't think they're any worse. Shall we put it that way? I don't think they're any worse than some of the others. What's this here? Just keep mucking around with this. Now it's fell off. These definitely need an update. These need an update. I was a little bit, I would have loved it if they'd have done riding as a haslab. I was saying in the live, because I was doing a live watching it, I was saying, because a lot of you went in the live, how would you feel if Hasbro did something like, let's say they did a riding, but they did, there's blue strips of rubber on the rear plastic wheels, which are normally perished. BWN Randy's one I literally want to get. I think I know what that is. If they did like a payment plan or a staggered one, so let's just say either Raiden or Devastator, which have got 6 members, that they did one figure every 2 months or something. Speaking of the draw, thanks for mine. Oh, perfect. I'm glad you got him. That's good. Duke is there. It's just a nice little way for me to give back to you guys. As I say, you guys support me. You've been supporting me for a long time now. It's crazy that I've been doing this. This is coming up to 4 years. This is going to be 4 years next month. I can't believe that. I can't believe I've been doing this 4 years already. Wow, that's completely, I'm a bit speechless from that. So it's nice to do the things. I could have a couple of G2 Electro I'm going to buy. I think I need one of them, so you can sell me one, to be honest. I need one. I know I need one of them. Which G1 figures do you think is the best? Right, where we go. I've fallen behind here. If I did a core raiding to test the wars, yeah, core even. I mean, it'd be super basic, but they should do, shouldn't they? Because to be honest, the original molds they could do a core because they're so basic, and it's about. Let me just see. Let's see if it is a core. I'm sure it's a core size, to be honest. Let's have a look. So, it is the original Raiden. It's core size, core class figure size. So that would be a good idea, actually. That'd be a great idea if they made a core class Raiden and got it all to combine. That's a banging idea. Whoever just put that, that's a great idea. Now I need to catch up on the rest of the questions. Where have they gone? Which figures do you think has the best or most satisfying transformation? Scourge is a good one, to be fair. I like Cyclonus as well, though. I think Cyclonus' transformation is better than Scourge. Scourge sometimes gets annoying when you can't close it because it gets caught on one of the feet when you're bringing it over. That's what I thought. Cyclonus is nice. Scorpionox is nice. But that's me, ultimate bias. But one G1 figure that transforms Hot Rod. Come on, Hot Rod's a great one. What's anyone think of Hot Rod? I want to know what people think of Hot Rod. I think Hot Rod's transformation process. I like the way the head and the bonnet's just, that's slick. I think that's slick. I like that. That's one of my favourites. I don't know, now you've said that. Throttlebots, because they're funny. Battle Chargers, because they do it themselves. Don't know. I want to get the Retro Horde eventually. I love the cards. That's a brilliant figure. All my retro figures are literally right in front of me. The retro ones are good. My sinuses are here. You can stay, don't worry. Or if you need to go, obviously don't worry about it. That's a good one. It was satisfying to fiddle for me. The way the wings fold and the feet flip out, yeah. But yeah, I love the transformation. I love the fact that, you know, the roof spins round, the bonnet flips over and in. That's a satisfying transformation. That's a good question, actually. Because with some of the new figures, especially the third party. Some of them are awful. Who said, what did Pete just say? Pete just said someone. Blaster, yeah, Blaster's a good one because it's simple, isn't it? I think the ones that are simple but still look great, Blaster and Soundwave are brilliant. And what I like about them is it's the same as the animation, isn't it? If you think about it, if you think the animation when you see Blaster transform, he just kicks his legs up. That's why I'm taking that day in tomorrow. Kicks his legs up and he just transforms. You've never seen Hot Rod's transformation? I've got a video on it, but while we're here, shall we say, let's take his guns out of his hands then. So, I can't believe I'm doing this. So I'm going to turn the arms. See this bit? I'm going to turn it to the side so it's out of the way of the back. I'm then going to disconnect the chest piece. If anybody tunes into this now, they're going to think, what is going on? So you lift up the chest piece, you then flip the head over and under itself, you then spin the roof around like so, so it comes over the back of this, and then this is the cool bit, the bonnet comes up, over, flips under, and fits on the front like so. Then you fold these over, tuck the feet in, slot it together. That's cool. Grimlock's is good as well, but yeah, this is the best. I like, one of my favourites rather, purely for that. It's quite simple. From what I've seen, G1 Megatron's interest transformation being good, most released packaging and gun modes since 11 Astro. Megatron's okay. Megatron's quite fiddly. There's another reason why Megatron's so expensive is because his arms are on hinges which are this big, and of course they snap off straight away. I need to get him back in robot now though, so let's slide his legs out. Oh, there's his legs. Pull his feet out. Fold the arms out to the side. Disconnect the front, flip that out the way. Slip the back part up. Flip the head around till it clicks. He's nowhere near me. That was helpful to be honest. I also want a ping. And then turn the arm around. To be fair, I've actually put it on a separate video, Simon, but it's good. It's a good little transformation. I'm going to get around, Pete, to doing the Fort Max and indeed Brave Max video. Grand Max, sorry, not Brave Max. But I really need to find Grand Max's head, the small one. That's what's holding me off from doing it. It was based on how he looked on the show first. That's exact. That's why I like this. I like this, and I like Cyclonus because they were futuristic to me as a kid. They looked so different. That's why I really liked them. And of course, the pink version's great. Whoa, I can't catch up with that. Let's go. Where did you all go? I plan on getting the Megatron reissues that's packaged with the Voyager Dark of the Moon. Megatron Ferguson's the package when I read. I do care for Robert. Yeah, the Winnebago mode, the Rodimus Prime's good. Sludgy transformation, that's clever. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you with that. I think I like the Rodimus one. Depends though. The original G1, the original Rodimus figure is not the greatest. It's just a really long beanpole. But the thing is good. Hasbro don't have the Scourge and Cyclones, but I don't know now you've said that. It would be great if they did. Imagine the Cyclonus mould in that really light purple colour that they did for the Kingdom. That would be great. If they did that, that would be amazing. Jazz had a stylish transformation. He seemed to jump forward. Yes, he did. He jumped up and his arms, like the thing went up underneath, didn't they? Which was good. I think a lot of them did. I think a lot of them, again, let's be honest, there's nothing really, you know, since you got haslab in the title, if they ever do a haslab that's remaking all of the old G1 models that were broken last time, they could do you know what? That's probably what they should do, to be fair. They should, if they wanted to put enough money in to make them, to retool them, because as they said, you know, then I mean, I don't understand. I know they're expensive to retool molds, but you're talking a G1 mold. You're talking, I mean, surely that's going to sell in excess of 100,000+. It's not as if they're going to be, you know, maybe even, you know, I don't know. I couldn't put a number on it, but let's be honest. you're talking like the Dinobots. Like if they made their own Dinobots, they'd make a load of them. I'm sure they would. I'm sure again, test the water. Like that's a great idea. Test the water with a haslab. See what they want to do. See if they can do. And I think that's a brilliant idea because then they could get all the money to get the tooling, and then of course they just reissue them over and over again. Because the good thing about especially the Dinobots is the G2 color scheme. They could do the G2 color scheme. They could do 3 or 4 G2 color schemes, obviously, like they did. They could do all blue, all green, all red. The Tiger one that wasn't released. That's a great idea. Let's put that forward. I'm going to send that to one of them. That's a good idea because you'd retool it loads and it'd be, and we're all suckers. We all buy all the different versions and variants. And I said version and variant in one word. Then we would, I would. I'd love reissues of the Dinobots because I've seen the KOs. They're not too bad. They're not too bad. I've seen them, but I don't know if you had the the original molds in the colours that the G2 colour schemes do. They're crazy. Peter, you need to. Oh, you haven't got Instagram. I was going to say you need to get on Mark's thing and tell him. Inferno's is good. I like the way the feet flow down. The Inferno transformation of the original is very close to the Kingdom and Earthrise versions of Grapple and Thingy. A lot of the figures that they do that they make now, it's quite funny. The homages to the original, they really nailed down quite a few of them, to be honest. Apart from the obvious ones like where they've had to change their alternate mode or they've changed something because obviously Megatron's a tank and a few other things I think they've changed ever so slightly. What's interesting is they've managed to keep, I was going to say no, that's a complete fib, forgive me, I was just about to say they've kept Perceptor as a thingy, but I'm literally looking at one here that turns into a car stroke tank, so that's not true. I was just about to say that they've managed to keep a lot of them, even though the alternate modes are defunct. Reflector's a good example, actually. I suppose they doubled it up, didn't they? That they could make him into a ship. Same as Soundwave. Soundwave and Shockwave could be a ship, or could be their original ones. G1 Cup is okay. Again, quite basic, but again, I think it served its purpose. Had one of them as a kid, loved it. They reveal the Shield Perceptor is so nice and remember the transfer. It's terrible. Almost every new Grimlock still uses a lot of it. It does indeed. I'm loving the 8 shorts. I don't receive now. I don't know if you have to put them up as separate, but I put one up. I put them up between 6:30 and 7:30 every morning UK time. So I don't know what time that is for you over in America, but that's the time that I've decided to do it. I like the G1 Cup more than Studio Series. The Studio Series is okay. It's not too good. I'm looking at that Perceptor now. You're right. It's great, but it's awful. Studio Series 86 Cup is good, but the mould unfortunately has been used too many times already. My Orion Pax. Everybody saw the video. My Orion Pax. His arms are falling off. No, it's not Orion. Yes, it was Orion Pax. I thought I was getting mixed up with Dion then, but Dion had the same mould as well. Was it Dion? Dion's mould. That's it. He kept falling off. That's the one I'm missing at the moment as well. Domino Paradox, that's the one I'm missing. There's about 5 e-hobbies that I'm missing, and I'm just waiting because they're just getting sillier and sillier. Even though saying that, they've got the little wheelie on eBay now for 40 quid, but he's by himself. And then I know now in my luck that someone will then put both of them up soon. And then I'll be stuck with one the same as what this seller's trying to shift one by himself. I need to get a proper list of things. Just a few things that I want. I think the biggest thing that I definitely want is Grand Max's head. That's the biggest thing. I'm quite happy because I've managed to get every single thing else, even the little Micromasters, even the different colours. And then it's just a case of upgrading them. Was a commander in the comics? I think he was. Now you've said that. I'm sure he was. I haven't. You guys are reading them right now. I did them ages ago. I'm really pleased. I found the Army in 2 packs on buy. Wow. Back in the day when the e-hobby stuff was new, I never bothered to pick them up because they were. Are you getting that giant Pangu Prime? Right, there's some good news. I'll come to that in a minute. Where are we? Here. Hyperlink, I was exactly the same as you. I've got an even worse story than that. When I was switching between two credit cards, and because one of them had a rewards, well, basically the one credit card I had a reward scheme, and I'd let the points build up, and they were changing it typically as they do. And they want, and they, because I couldn't go away, I think they were air miles, and I couldn't use them, I couldn't go away, so they gave me Amazon vouchers instead. And I remember literally, as I say, the shattered glass e-hobby set, all of them, looking at them thinking, I don't want them, I'm not interested in them, none of them. I wasn't interested in any of them. And then I went and got completely different things. I've seen that. I've got the loose one, but again, I'm at the point now where if I can get it loose, I'd rather have it loose, purely down to space, unless it's a vintage Japanese. But yeah, it was the same as you. When I first saw them, wasn't interested. And then, yeah, now they're the ones that I want. I think my 5 big figures that I want to get are e-hobby ones, typically. Somebody else has something then, and it's just gone straight past. Somebody said, am I getting the giant Pangu Prime? That is it. So into the multi-hobby stuff, it's going to shame we probably can't get a new box so I can book buy it. The Smelting Pool story did the lead. There you go. Someone knew that. With regards to the giant Pangu Prime, I wasn't going to get him, but one of my subscribers, he's not in the chat, unfortunately. I don't know where he is actually. He sent me a message. He basically just said, because he buys a lot of stuff off me from eBay anyway, and he sent me a private message and said, if you get one, then he'll have it straight away. So I'm going to get one, and then he can have it, because I want to see one, I want to review it. But again, I haven't got the space, and I probably wouldn't keep it. So it's nice to know that if I do get one straight away, that it's going to go to somebody else, and they're just quite happy for me to get it, review it, and then send it them. Which, to be honest, is like I've said to you guys in the chat. I do a lot of that with the new age stuff, with the third party stuff, because I don't have the space, and because I've got so many people who do collect them. There's a few that I keep, but a lot of them are they just go on straight away. So I'm going to be reviewing the Pangu Prime, who's apparently as big as Devastator. So I'm looking at Devastator now, and that's a big figure, the Titans one. So yeah, I can't wait to see that, to be fair. I think, is it the Magic Square, or is it a new age upscale? Who knows? Who's seen the video? I've not seen Mang Motion's, but I like Mang Motion actually. He does some great stuff. He must obviously do YouTube. Work around the very least, getting a white ball. I'm sure you're familiar with the idea. Yeah, Magic Square. Oh, I see, the Magic Square one's tough. Tough to do. Domino Paradox. I've got quite a few of them. I've got quite a few of the. I've done a special video on them all. Like, I've got the Antex. There's one Antex I'm missing, but with regards to the Estrella, I've got loads of them, but not all of them, and a few other things. I've got a few of the IGA as well. I love the mini bots. I've got loads of the ones that people probably haven't even heard of, like the Thesema ones. I don't know if you've heard of them. Domino Paradox. Have you heard of the Thesema ones? The Thesema mini bots, which are even crazier. They're the Spanish ones. Exactly. You joke, but I don't know if you can see. Look how bad this fingernail is. It's been smashed, ripped in two, and everything. This one's still black underneath it. It's terrible, these figures. If you can see it, it's completely destroyed, snapped right back to there. Kang Toys fault. But they're some crazy figures. They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. I can't believe how good they are, to be honest. They've shocked me. These things are sensational. Spudgers. Where'd you get them from? Where'd you get Spudgers from? I didn't even know that was the name of them. Oh, 50 seconds, then the draw. That's going to fall over now. There we go. That's better. Where'd you get them from, Pete? Where'd you get Spudgers from? I presume you just type it into eBay, but is that an actual thing? Is it called a Spudger? I went down that rabbit hole of looking at the various mini-bot redux of the years, and it's a shame. Amazon about £4. Thanks, pal. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Some of them, you're completely correct. Some of them are so insane, it's just not even funny. Yeah, the mini bots. But the good thing about the mini bots is though that there is only a certain few. I say few, they're still expensive, but I think, you know, for Australia, isn't there four? I think there's only 24. So, you know, it's a small number to go for. Antex, I think there's 6. What's the other one as well? There's Lindsay. I haven't got any of the Lindsay ones. I haven't got, I've got some of the, what's the Greek ones? I've got the El Greco ones with the miscarded figures. I've got some of them. I love the mini bots, but exactly like you say, I just cannot keep up with, well, not keep up. I've stopped. I've just found other things to look for at the moment because the prices are too much. I'll probably come round to them eventually, but at the moment, I think it was just, I think at the moment there's too much new stuff coming out, and that's pretty much it because they aren't cheap at all. Hashtag haven't done a bumble bump. The A to Z is updated. Yes, it's completely updated. There's 2. No, I've put them in. I think there's 2 missing, but that's because, if I'm being honest, they're in the wrong order. So Blackout isn't supposed to be up until, yeah, me too. Really looking forward to that. Devoid of Logic. Mine, I think, has left. I did the final payment with Shozy about a week and a half ago, whatever it was. What was we going on to then? What was we talking about? Yeah, the A to Z. So there's Blackout missing from it, and that's intentionally because Blackout shouldn't be until the 38th day. By my own admission, I mixed up a few of the orders. I don't know what was wrong with me, that my alphabet mind was all over the place, and I put them in the wrong order. So tomorrow's Black Zarek, actually, I think. Now we've done Black Rorichi, so there's 2 for Black Zarek, because this is what I mean. This is what I was asking in the questions. I think it's going to be roughly going well over 1,000 figures or 1,000 videos, because some of them have got 3 videos just for the one figure, I think. No, Black Zarek's definitely got 2. Headmasters have got 2, because I'll be doing their individual heads, and then I'll be doing the body with the heads, because of course the heads have got their own names. And their own characters, like Basher is a genuine character or a named figure, which was the Action Master Trax's partner. Whereas obviously I didn't put. There's a couple like Bumblebee is just a helicopter, but because people have said, then I'll put a video with Bumblebee by himself, and then I'll put a Bumblebee with helipack or whatever. But yes, and I suppose if you think about the Pretender monsters, you've got the shell, the robot, and then the combined form. So some of them have got quite a few videos. Some of them, like their accessories, like if you think of Metroplex, you've got Metroplex. There you go. I've got you there. I'll send you that in a bit, Fungboy. Oh, I haven't done the thing. Metroplex, you've got Metroplex, Scamper, Slammer, and 6-gun. Okay, guys, for the people who are channel members, here, please don't have reset. I'm going to panic. Big Powered will have all their, yes, they will. And their Micromasters, correct, yeah. So there's loads. Right, guys, good luck for the deluxe figure of your choice. Everybody who's a channel member who was literally right up until 2 minutes before I went live, I was 40 seconds live because Fungboy just joined. So I've added you to it. Fungboy, you can see you're at the top of the list there. Let's see who's going to win. And then, of course, I'll arrange it all via the Discord. That'd be crazy if you won. Get out of town. That's insane. That's mad. He literally joined. That's the reason why I was late doing the stream. Literally joined just before. That's incredible. Well, I'll be contacting you for 2 reasons now, Fungboy. I need to give you the Discord, and I need to be fair, we'll discuss it. I'll either, because you live in the UK, it's probably easier if I just PayPal you some money and you go and buy it, rather than me. That's madness. That's made his day. Rather than me, that did happen with Alpha Prime, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll send you the money via PayPal, and then you can go and grab it, rather than me buying you one and posting it to you because you live in the UK. If that's okay with you, that's what I'm more than happy to do. We'll arrange that tomorrow, not right now because it's 5 past midnight or whatever time it is. Yeah, it is. It's 5 past midnight. So yeah, we'll do that anyway. Good stuff. So I've got to send you the link, and then I'll speak to you tomorrow as well. That's amazing. It's honestly, Duke, it's nuts. Alpha Prime did it last time as well. He just no time before. Simon had Bombshell last time, and Alpha Prime was the time before. He jumped on, and yeah, they went and won it. I think it's good though, because I think it's good for you guys to see, and I also think it's good for the people who put me drink, who are wondering why the stars are and all that sort of stuff. So it's nice to, as I say, give back a little bit to you guys for all the support as well. So thanks. And again, I always say thank you to all the members anyway. And I've got to add you to the thing at the end as well. So that's good. What we're talking about then anyway before that. The A to Z, yeah. We were talking about the A to Z. So the A to Z's got, Pete just pointed out all the Micromasters. Oh, to be fair, I need to find a thingy. Spudgers is that. I'm going to order some of them. The A to Z, honestly, it's going to go nuts. I'm definitely not, I don't think, going to do the mini spies, because there's 24 of them if you include Autobot and Decepticon ones, and it's just the same. But I might do the individual bots. The other things that when we get to, oh, you're going to get a lot of hate for that question, but figure, I like the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. He's one of my favourite leader class. I don't think so. I don't think I've got one with X, to be honest. Did it? See, there you go. None of them. I said that won't go down very well. The only one obviously is, I can think of a character, but he was never made into a figure, and it's, of course, it was Emirate Zaron, wasn't it? But I don't think there is. I've got to double check. If I show you all my my lists, as I say, it's funny because it's all handwritten. It's all wrote out from a selection from the book, from websites, from the other book. But the thing is as well that you forget, as I say, like in even in the Japanese book, it's got like obviously the individual bots, but like I've just said, a lot of them combine. So obviously you've got Decibel and whichever else, you've got Leg Out, which is the combined form of the 2 cassettes of each of them. Yes, that's a good figure, to be fair. That is a great figure. And then, all the other silly things, like when we get to Landcross is going to take weeks. You'll see when we get to D. When we get to D, we've got Dash. And of course, he was partnered with Dash Tacker, but of course, you can have Dash Mac, Dash Tacker, Dash Waver, Dash Wing, Dash Tackle, and then all of these other various ones that you can do with this, with their things. So as I say, I think overall, I think there was 500 and something Hasbro. I think there's 368 items that were sale for Hasbro. So what I mean by that is the Micromasters were counted as one. So if they were a pack of 4, they were counted as one, but there was 368 sold items or sold figures or sold packs for Hasbro. This could be wrong, but I'm sure that's what the numbers are off the top of my head. So if you think there was 368, then obviously all the packs that were, yes, I'm going to do all Landcross combinations, Pete, all of them. I've got them all here ready for it. What was I saying? Yeah, if you could then, but then if you think how many, you asked the question. What was I saying? That's it. But then so many of them were packs of 4. When you had the Micromaster combiners, so many of them were packs of 6. So there's about 500 of them, and then you've got the same in Japan, and then you've got, as I say, all the multi-combining, multi-functioning, multi-joining, everything that they had. The other thing as well, Pete, is I've got to do 2 different colours of Devastator, because obviously we had, when we get to Bone Crusher soon, because we're on B, we're not far from Bone Crusher, I'm going to do the green one and then the yellow one, because again, and people might not be aware of this, but obviously we got the European exclusive yellow versions 2 years before G2, and yes, there's differences because they had grey parts with them instead of the darker parts that the G2 versions had. So when we get to them, they're going to be at least to them. I don't suddenly regret it. I think that the reason why I wanted to do it is there's nowhere on, you can Google it, there's nowhere on the internet that you can get this, that there is the, what's the word on it? Yeah, there was called salvage. There's no A to Z anywhere, which is strange. It baffles me for that reason. So I thought, let's do it, and that's the other reason as well, Pete, why I'm only doing one mode. because it'd take forever. The good thing is, like, I can just get a video, stick it on the base, sorry, figure, stick it on the base, 6 seconds, bang, upload, done. But I'm enjoying it, to be fair, and the feedback's really good. I mean, Black Rorichi went live this morning. He's done about 1,300 views, so that's not too bad, is it? Some of it's really weird. I don't know how it works. Some of them go do loads. Other ones, I think the lowest one though only is 500, which again, let's be honest, that's pretty good because it's just a figure standing there for 6 seconds. So it seems to be doing good. I'm not surprised that it's doing all right. I'm surprised that a couple of people haven't looked at it and thought, oh, why have I never done that before, or why am I not doing this with my own? I imagine that because I've done this, so many people will perhaps in the future, you might see, especially modern YouTubers like myself, who unwillingly or by default end up buying pretty much all of the new generation's toy line. I can see somebody in the future doing a War for Cybertron complete toy line, you know what I mean? But again, thinking about it, that's harder than it sounds, because was Greenlight in War for Cybertron Siege, was she an exclusive for that? Because again, a lot of figures, they did so many exclusives, it's nuts. I know they did a Nightbird, a Takara Nightbird. So I suppose, yeah, it's just as hard whichever toy line you pick, because there's always exclusives here, there and everywhere. But these are going to be fun. No, he didn't do in every single figure. I was on that video. Why do you bother relying on the dude with a random username that posts equally? Are you willing to get animated? I don't know why I replied to him, to be fair, but he got well upset, or I'm saying he, I don't know if it was a he. You should upload it as one big. The person who does that with the uploads, did you see all the comments? Because I put the picture of Chromia up. Not happy with the fact that it's using Prowl's mold, and they wanted a brand new one. Oh, I think you. And there's another guy who always puts, the one who puts God bless, thanks very much, the bestest. Yeah, I put that. Do you know why? Because I think it gives it traction. And I always whenever I go back and check all the comments, unless I reply to them, it doesn't delete them, because when I go through my own thing on YouTube, I have to go to Dave Picard's another one, but he replies, like sometimes he'll message out of the blue. Don't ask me, he might be watching right now, because I don't know why he does what he does, but like he'll tell me, if you read some of his things, some of them are more, they're not just as random as they look. Like sometimes he'll just reply randomly to a message that he's got a figure today. I got so and so. Thanks, Russell. God bless. So I always reply to them. I think I reply to every comment for that reason, because it clears them. When I go into my comments, they always come up. So unless I clear them, unless I reply to them, it doesn't clear them. And I wanted to, and I was talking about this to a few friends earlier today, funnily enough, because they said the same thing. How are you coping, replying with everybody? Because I don't know anybody who's got perhaps, yeah, exactly, I don't know anybody who's got perhaps as many as me and who manages to reply to every comment, which is it's hard to do. It's good that you guys have got which one's yours, Optimus? I hope not. I hope he's joking, or if it's one that he's put up in the last hour, because obviously I haven't been able to, because I've been on here. But I do answer every question. Sometimes it takes me a week or two to get round to it, but that's because there's so many. And the same on Instagram. I think the fact that I'm so accessible, that's what I mean. He says, God bless on all of them, and then he always says, have a blessed week and all that sort of stuff. So are you willing to get an animated Optimus Prime? I've got one on pre-order. Sorry, Optimus, he's coming. He does seem like a nice guy. I am. You are. I mean, Darren, as I say, I've only just started chatting to you, and you're reading the comics, which is great. And you literally leave a comment after every single one, and that's brilliant, because it gives the video a bit of traction. I think that's why I've read, and I appreciate anybody who puts a comment in, and because it really does help the channel out. It helps boost the algorithm. Mine are on pre-order, buddy. They're not here yet. Otherwise, I've done a video on them. I think you can safely say any of the new figures that come out, I do pretty much get hold of them, because I'm a sucker for generations anyway. So that's what I actually really like to collect. Somebody asked ages ago actually as well about the missing link, and I'm really looking forward to that. Do you ever worry that you are going to burn? Sometimes, but I think I'm doing the risky thing. I'm waiting for a leader conversion optimist that adds. Oh, that is risky because I don't know if they're going to do that. With regards to the burning out, I think I don't think I think I'm honest. I'm honest enough. I'm a fitness professional, so I'm used to seeing burnout, and I advise people with regards to things like that. So I would know in myself if I sort of was, to be honest. At the very least, my master is coming soon, so that's why I can have the mold. That's a good idea. So I'm like sometimes I don't know because I'm still quite. I think if I did them properly, professionally, all the proper editing, all the beautiful intros, all the sort of stuff that some people do, and I think it's amazing that they do that. But like most of my videos, and you all comment on them and you will see, I literally managed to get 5 minutes in a changing room at work with a camera, with an iPad, and that's it. So I think as long as I do it like that, I don't think I'll get burnt out because it's just as simple as that. When do I have a favourite Legacy United figure when they are revealed? I don't know actually. Now you've said that, I can't remember the list off the top of my head. I cannot remember. I'm sure I will have, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Mentioned how it takes him like 4 hours to get a single. Exactly. He said that some of them take ages, and as I say, things like that. And nothing against any of them because it works for them. It works really good. I can do a deluxe figure in half an hour, and because it's that far. I don't know if he is. It will be Wheeljack. You've answered that for me, Funboy there, which is great. Robot Base is being released soon. I'm not looking forward to it. It's going too fast. Do you ever get bored doing it sometimes, like sneaks? I don't really get bored. I tell you that that's funny you should say that because, yeah, that's going to be a lot of money. You're right there, Pete. No, do you know what? The next triple change. Yes, I'm ready for Sandstorm. Definitely ready for Sandstorm, and I want to see what they're going to do with Springer. I think because, and I think like I'm chatting to you now, and obviously you're a real person, which is great, Shuri. I was going to tell you this years back when there was a burnout by my mom. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Darren. What I was going to, I think because there's too much out there. There's, like I say, and I openly admit that I don't know everything. I'm nowhere near to knowing everything and knowing all of the different toy lines and that. I think if it was just solidly G1, maybe I might start to get bored of it because there's only so much you can talk about a certain thing. But obviously the fact that they keep constantly surprising us with new things, constantly Optimus is going to be nice, and I hope they do more at some point. You know, there's always something that I'm genuinely like, oh wow, what's this? I don't know what this is. So I think because there's so much about it, and because my knowledge is specialised into just G1, because I don't know all the other stuff, it's interesting for me still. There's the other thing about myself is, and when it comes to my training at the gym or whatever I'm doing, it's like I'm quite, I don't know, maybe the word's blunt. Like if I don't want to do it, I won't do it. So wind chargers in. There we go. No, we've done that ages ago. Wind charger. Sorry. If I really don't want to do something, I just won't. But because I'm in a position at the moment where I'm lucky enough that I do enjoy it, so I carry on doing them all. What do you think of Deluxe G1? I don't think they'll do a Deluxe. That's too small. But I said that they do core classes, don't they? So I don't know. I can pretty much guarantee we're going to get an Optimus Prime because we get 3-4 per toy line, but I don't know about sizes and scales and all that sort of stuff. I think most people are like that though. I'm quite lucky. Winter we're talking. Yeah, we're not anymore. And I don't. Deluxe is probably going to be the plus trailer. He dies. Look good. I've pre-ordered 2 of each. I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through with that. I heard. I've got 1 of each coming, Pete. Definitely, I've got 1 of each. Can't wait for that. Yeah, sure, you've nailed it there as well. To be fair, I mean, all of this is great. It's nice that we do this. I've started doing. I do monthly now because I think it's good. Gives everybody the chance to chat as well, which is good. And in the future when we all meet up in conventions and all stuff like that, it'll be great because we'll already know each other. We'll already know each other. We'll know bits. And that's it's nice at the end of the day. It's nice that just by me sitting here in my room talking to his phone in front of me gives you guys who are all in the chat a platform to chat as well, which is great. And that's exactly what the membership is as well. So for those of you who haven't got the membership, and I don't like to push it because I know it's an additional cost. I think we pretty much most of us are, Winchard. Everybody who's chatting in here now, they're all in the Discord as well. So that's another good thing. So if you did just want to randomly chat, you will be able to. You see, I don't know whether to get that, Fung Boy. That's a great question. They are in a weird way, and I'm looking at Shuki now because Shuki's probably, I think, one of the best aesthetic ones. Yeah, that's true. From the front, probably one of the best ones. From the sides, from the back, no. And I just think that they could have been so much better. However, I'm keeping hold of these. I've sold quite a lot of my masterpiece figures, but I'm keeping hold of these. Yeah, I'm definitely exactly. It's funny when people do. It's not funny in like a ha way. It's nice that people do come up to me and say, hi, I watch you, or I've seen you, or the weirdest thing was I met Guzzy, who's not in the chat. What was he going about Gino? Because I'll come back to that in 2 seconds. I just want to say that when I get the train built, I am going to combine to make Raiden. So I probably will get Gino, then I can have one in robot as well, because I don't want to have 2 Shukis. So yeah, surely I was at the NEC, and this was before I was doing a stand, and I was talking to somebody, and somebody literally, it was Guzzy. So people who know Guzzy and who've met Guzzy in the chat know Guzzy from meeting him in person at the events we've been to. He was behind me and he looked at me and he went, "Are you Toys R Us?" And I went, "Yeah." And it was just funny that we just hit it off from there. What am I going to focus on then? I've got a few things, to be fair. I've got the Skybound, which is all the new stuff. I've got the G2s. I've got all of the IDW in the, what do they call them? The definitive collection. So I brought all of them. So I've got all the definitive collection so I can keep going. But I've also been buying, and Pete won't like this, but Brandon Bayverse will probably go nuts when he sees this. I can't think who is it by. Who is it that's doing that build an Optimus Prime thing? I haven't even started it yet. They're on about issue 28 and I've not even started it yet. But to build but it's a movie Optimus Prime. So I'm going to be doing that once a week as well. Maybe a couple of weeks to catch up with it. I can't think who did it's one of them subscription things where you get a part every week and you build it up and build it up. I'm going to be doing that as well. It's an Optimus Prime. It's going to be this big. It's huge. It's like literally going to be this big. I'm surprised you didn't see it and you haven't seen it anywhere. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Fan Home. Is he doing it as well? Is he? Oh, I didn't know if anybody else was. Wait. Where are we? Hello. Let's see if I like you. I win. Perfect. Just come over and grab. Just come over and grab me. Freaking geek himself. They are a bit sketchy, but they're not sketchy. You've just got to be realistic when you look at it and you add it all up. You're like, whoa, that's going to cost a lot of money, because it is. But the beauty of it is that it's weekly or monthly or whatever it is, and it's not. And usually they're like one-off. They're limited to that particular thing. You can't buy anything that you can't get them. Finome is the company. World of Wayne is doing the build. Oh, okay, so you know about it. Simon, thank you for jumping in, mate. I know it's really late. I'm probably going to, I don't know, I'm wide awake at the moment-ish. I'll see you at the NEC, Simon, but we'll arrange something else anyway if you want. What's he saying? yeah, just come, as definitely as I was saying, sure, just come and grab me. I'm probably not, I don't think I'm going to do a stand because I don't think anybody else is interested in doing a stand. And to be honest, it's too much fun running around on the hunt. Brandon's probably Googling that now, the Fan Home Optimus Prime. But I don't know if you can do any more because there's about 30 issues in or something. So yeah, the toy hunt will be fun. I don't know what else anybody was saying then. I think I've lost my way a little bit. I would love to go to BotCon. I would love to go to BotCon. I would love to go to the main one in Thingy. By song, I'm under the weather too. I'm still here. Cezanne. Which one was that? Which one's Cezanne? Is that the green one? Is the green one Cezanne? I should know this. No, Cezanne. Is that number 5 or 4? Cayenne's number 6. Who's number 5? Who knows? I think, is this Cezanne? I don't know. Which one's? The yellow one. Oh, I haven't got number 5 yet. No, that's the last one I got. I will be getting them, though. I will be getting them. He's going to fall over now. Oops, that looks awful. Cayenne orange, Sukin green. Yeah, that's it. That, of course, it is. It's Sukin. Yeah, it's late. I'm looking at all that. I will be getting them. I'm going to be building them up. Even though I think the Moon Studios ones look amazing. Is it the Moon Studios ones that did it? No, I can't think what they're called. Anyway, Radiatortron, whatever they call him, that looked incredible. And I still think it does look incredible. So let's hope that Riding in Hand from Hasbro. Oh, I'm a little bit annoyed that it couldn't have been better. The Moon Studios, I've been to BotCon never. I've just ordered them and I want to know how good the quality is. I've heard he's a step up from the past 4. I don't know. The 4, I think, the one thing I'll say about that, the quality on them are fine. The quality on them, and they've got no issues with the quality. The only issue I've got is with the fact that it's a masterpiece figure and the panels on them are a joke. They're really bad, to be fair. They do a rail racer at some point, to be honest. They look good, but like as I said, the problem with them is it's the panels and the kibble. And I suppose you don't need, I mean, look at the back of his legs. There's loads of clear plastic and this is all clear plastic. The kibble on his back is huge. He looks great from the front, but there's a bit too, for a masterpiece figure, you'd expect these to be folded up a little, like the Moon Studios ones, you'd just expect them to be folded up a little bit better, but they're not. They're all over the place. So that's disappointing, but it is what it is. They focus more on making them. They did the train. I didn't realise that Takara Tomi's got its own train department, well, as in making, you know, toy trains department as well. And they really went to town with the train alternate modes. And that's exactly why they are as good as they are in train mode. Obviously, they should do a Commander Rail Racer. They should do a Commander Rail Racer. You're right, I mean, Paradox, you're right, they said that. Takara admitted that. They scale with the other model trains, they fit on the tracks, they literally do. They really went for the trains, which if you've ever been to Japan, and I was lucky enough to go there for 30 days in one of my previous jobs, they do love trains. They absolutely do love trains, like more than anything. It's insane how much they love trains. So you can see why they went again down that alleyway with it. It's but I just like it because it's Raiden. Perspective End channel. I'm sub to him and he's dead on ruthless in his reviews. No, I've not heard of him. Meanwhile, yeah, completely. That's why we never got any of Raiden. We didn't get any of them at all. We didn't get, you know, even though it was really big before it was a Transformer, even though he was really big when he was a Transformer, we didn't get Train Robo, none of it. So it's just one of them things, isn't it? I suppose it's just cultures. People are different. I find it mad that Tommy used to make bad. Whoa! I didn't catch up with that. Perspective. I find it mad that Tommy used to make battery operated Thomas. Yeah, they definitely did. I've never been to Japan, but went to Hong Kong. I was in the Navy. I like to do Hong Kong as well. To be fair, Princeton. I like to go. I mean, I think Asia's just, it's beautiful as it is, but it's completely jaw dropping because it's so different. And you must have experienced that as well. I always say to people, like, you know, if obviously for us in the UK, if we go to Spain, if we go to France or whatever, okay, they may speak another language, but you can get by. ICE's just jumped in. Nice to have you in. It's okay to get by. Whereas if you go to, like, when I went to Japan, we had a personal translator because we were going there with work, so we needed it. Like, you couldn't get by, you couldn't even order food because food is a symbol. So even in McDonald's, when we went to a McDonald's, you couldn't order it because A, they couldn't understand you, and B, it was a symbol. So it's completely different. I'm great, thanks, pal. I hope you are too. Thanks for jumping in. I was in the Navy too. That might not reach the UK. Where's there a massive? You could be right. You're probably right, Fung Boy. Even Thomas the Tank Engine isn't very big in the UK, and pretty much we invented it, didn't we? Yeah, there's a theme park up down the road from us. I say down the road, about 30 miles away. It's got a Thomas Land in it. Drayton Manor Park's got a Thomas Land in it, and even that, but that's aimed at kids, obviously. I can't think what we're talking about then. Yeah, just talking about how mental Japan is, and I went years and years ago. Because I've been to Drayton Manor. Cool it down. Brandon's just messaged me that he's got to get up tomorrow, so he's left the stream, but he wants to know what this Optimus Prime is, so I'll have to message him that later when I get hold of him. Thomas used to be so good, then they just went down this. Yeah, the old school was class, wasn't it? The old school Thomas going down the train tracks, etc. Whereas now it's, I hope fire convoy is successful. I need my JLX. I think it will be, to be fair. I think that all of the stuff that they're doing at the moment is going to be really good. I love the fact that some of them are called Convoy again as well, because that's his name, isn't it? Oh dear, it's getting late. I appreciate you guys, especially the UK guys, still in the chat. Appreciate it, guys. It's, as I say, it's gone half midnight over here, so I'll probably wrap it up at 1 AM. I always tend to do 2 hours. It gives enough chance for everybody to jump on. And they decided to move away from soda water trains. See what I mean, guys? I mean, look at Fung Boy's knowledge. He is insanely good at knowledge. Pete's limit. Yeah, let's not talk about how they ruined Thomas with animation because they really killed that show. I spent about 3 weeks in the UK for job related. Yeah, our driving is nuts. Icy's back, which is good. I wouldn't convince that, but you want to go to Italy. If you want to see crazy driving, you want to go to Italy. Italy, insane. Half the cars are bashed up. And yeah, it's really bad. I've got some photos of some of the parking in Italy because it was so crazy. Right, here we go. Wow, you've been to loads of places, Darren. I'm not getting a haslab Prime unless I can find a cheaper listing because he's 7. That's insane. Domino Paradox, I could probably get it you cheaper than that and send it you cheaper than that. 6,000 ticket. I think it'd be fine with more than a month to go. Yeah, Italy mad drivers. You guys have small round. Yes, we have loads of roundabouts. Oh my god, Prime versus Prime posted a video of Legacy Gears. Well, nothing to say on that, to be honest. Nothing to say on that. Let's not talk about him. If you can't, Domino Paradox, this is normally just a membership perk thing, but I don't like to see people getting ripped off. If you can, I don't know how you can message me though, because you're not in the channel membership. Do you know what? I haven't really got a big issue with him. It's just like, I don't understand why he's not been shut down. He got rumbled. You can tell me about that in a minute, Fung Boy. I need to go back to Domino Paradox. The UK, he's £250 in the UK. So if you can work out how much that is in Australian dollars and see if it's cost effective for then me to ship it to you, because I just shipped a Deathsaurus to Holland, because at the time, what was I saying? Because they couldn't get one at the time, so I sent him one over, and I've sent so many figures. There's people in the chat who will back up what I'm saying, that I've sent so many figures out to them, around the world. But I don't know if that's going to be cost effective because it's going to be a big box and I've got no idea how much shipping to Australia is. But if you think it's worth it and you think it's going to save you some money, let me know. I'm quite happy to get one, and then, you know, we can work it out. It's really great how you have helped people out. He buys the stolen copies off auctions. Is he really? Funnily enough, yeah, Princeton's just chatted in the chat. I sent him a I've forgotten his name. It's not Astro Train, the other one. Oh, Galaxy Shuttle. I sent him a Galaxy Shuttle. Has those 5 days. He's about 485 after conversion, and honestly, let me know, because I've got no issue whatsoever. I've got no issues whatsoever. Princeton, as I say, has got his thumb up. Duke Nukem lives in America. I've sent him stuff over. I've sent loads of people. If I can do it, and you know, obviously, it's no hassle. You send me the money, I buy it. To you, he might be. I can have. He's on sale in Ross stores in America, I think, at the moment, isn't he? Yeah, I literally just sent a death. He's not a channel member, but he's someone else I speak to all the time. So I sent a Death Saurus over to Baz in Amsterdam because at the time Hasbro Pulse wasn't. Hasbro Pulse, what's the word I'm on about? Wasn't shipping there. Oh no, it's not good. Thank God I'm America. You find it anyway near me. What was I saying? Having Russ skip deluxe class figures from the years. Yeah, that's it. I think you guys are just answering what I was saying there. But yeah, I shipped a Death Saurus to Thingy because he wasn't having it. I did it before Hasbro Pulse was in Ireland as well. Funnily enough, that's how I got to know Alpha Prime, who's the channel member who won the other month. I shipped him something over as well. Is it? I just wonder why it's so much more. But again, yeah, that's something. If you want me to give you a hand, just let me know. Give me enough notes so I can get it obviously brought, and then we just play the waiting game until it comes. But that applies to all of you guys, especially channel members. We've got the section where you can fill in most wanted, or if you want people to get things for you, then that's one of the other perks that we do. And I think we all do it anyhow. We all help each other out as much as we can. Anyway, that's the beautiful thing about this community. And going with an Australian route, if that's the case. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. Definitely just let me know and I'll sort it out. I've brought a couple of things from. He's not on here. He's not a member of but he shipped me from Australia the drag strip, the shadow strip, and the crasher. He shipped me them from Australia to somebody did, and it was cheaper for the figure and the shipping than what that figure cost in the UK. So that was crazy for the Australian ones. So again, it's different, and it depends where you live, depends what the costs are. I think usually that we pay a lot of money, but what you're paying for that is crazy. That just sounds too expensive. But that's a secondary, or that's an affiliate company, isn't it? Trying to make some money out of it, which isn't great, to be fair. They shouldn't be they shouldn't be marking it up that much. They can't be. That's an insane markup. It's £250. So as you say, $470. Thanks for jumping in, Princeton. Take care, matey. I'll catch up with everybody soon. I'm probably only going to go for another 7 minutes or so, to be fair, an hour and 45, because it is late and everybody's dropping out. I've come on later than normal. So yeah, let's have a last few questions then, so we can all get off to bed. Even though you're not in bed, some of you are just getting up, some of you it's early evening. Pete's still in bed. I'm jealous of you now, Pete. My eyes are starting to go. I think people can tell. We'll have a chat and thingy. I'll have a chat on the Discord with you, Pete, or I'll message you whether about doing a store, or whether we just rock up and just see what we can find for the NEC. Gigatron. About 2 months ago, I got a creation. No, that's no good. That's the other thing. Yeah, be aware of conversions. We got. You just woke up. We tend to get stung a little more now when things come in, because we're not part of. Just because of the income tax, but we get stung from Europe now. We get stung from everywhere. But it's some of it. it is what it is. It's annoying. Like my figures that come from Japan now, they always seem to find them because he's now my favourite 3p figure. That worked out all right then. I've got so much 3p to catch up with. So much 3p. I can't wait to build the Kang toys up, to be honest. I'm hopefully going to get the... Which one have I got? Unboxed and started. The Firmino. The Firmini, rather. The dive bomb. That's insanely big. The wingspan's like this. It's huge. So, yeah. That's the next one coming up. That's going to be built up. That's going to be good. I think I'm going to throw Aaron Archer. Yeah, that's it. I've got a Galaxy Force Police theme gasket coming from Japan soon. That'll be fun. So do you guys in Australia, do you pay much on the import from Japan? Because I know a load of people in Australia who always buy from the Japanese sites like I do, because it's not too expensive because the shipping's obviously a lot less. I know, Pete, don't tempt any fate, mate. Don't tempt any fate, because I'm pretty good with all them. Because he's on Zing. Is that the... There's something beginning with Zavi. There's a Zavi. Can you get them in Zavi? Oh, that's okay. Zavi, I think I'm on. I don't buy from any of them pair, to be fair. But as Pete's just said, Shozy, I don't know. We live in the UK, and we don't pay any import charges at all with Shozy. So maybe it's worthwhile looking at them. I don't know what your customs and cultures are in your countries, but we normally get completely, completely get stung. That's probably the best word, stung on them all. Whereas we don't with them. With Shozy, they come over, even as I say, them the Kang Toys Predacons. What's the word? I got Beast Wars, got Neptune and Gigstore from Japan, and even though shipping is expensive, it's true. It really is true. Zavi, I don't know. I thought it was what Zavi's just another online thing. You probably haven't got it in Australia then. But yeah, the 6 big Kang toys, they came in like near enough a pallet, huge boxes, 6 huge boxes. Didn't have to pay a penny on customs or anything with them, so that was really good. Right, I'm going to call it a day in 3 more minutes, guys. This has been fun, but it is 1:45 in the morning, and I've got daddy daycare football duties in the morning. Oh, so yeah, I've got Zavi as well then. It's something that I've never really used, but I hear good things about it. The beauty of it, I mean, as I say, is there's so much to use. I'm back. I took a thing. Darren, I'm going in a minute, buddy, but thanks very much for jumping back, because it's, as I say, it's 1:45, and I think most people on the stream know that I've got 3 kids. And one of them plays football on a Sunday morning, so I've got to get him up and ready. It's going to be him getting me up. Zing is a separate thing. Thanks for hosting another great thing as always. Everybody's jumping, which is good. Thanks, perfect, guys. It's very late, and I've got soccer for the rest of the world. What's it called? Yeah, football Sundays, but it looks like everybody's jumping out there anyway now, so it seems the perfect opportunity to say huge thank you to you guys again. As I say, thanks for jumping in, thanks for making this fun. I do these monthly. Obviously, Fungboy, you won this month's draw, so congratulations to you. I'm going to go to market now. Thanks for the stream. I'll see you at the NEC, surely, 100%. Thank you, thank you. That's Pete. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Pete, I'll see you at the NEC as well. And I'll hopefully be meeting loads more of you this year between all the conventions and everything that's going on. So as you all jump out right now, I'm going to say good night, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. Thanks, guys. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Thanks to you, Duke. Thanks, Duke, as well. Thanks for jumping in.